My name is Stephanie Marchman. I'm the special magistrate for the City of Lake City. We'll call this hearing to order. We have 6 cases on the agenda. I see 2 people in the audience, 1 online. Sir, which case are you here for?
The Pettiscon.
Okay. And sir, what about you?
Jeff?
The
Commerce.
the 4, 5, and 6.
Nope. Number 3, I think. So that's pet spot. It should be number 3. The 3rd case.
Okay. I see online we have Cindy. Are you here to testify to a particular case?
Yes, I am.
Which case are you here for?
I'm there for the 157 Northeast Bradley Terrace property.
Okay, case number 1. Okay. So what we'll do is, Cindy, we'll take up your case first. It's first on the
Okay.
agenda, and then we'll take up your case next, and then your case, and then we'll take up the rest of the cases since nobody's here on this. Before we start with case number 1 on the agenda, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and swear everybody in for all the cases so we don't have to repeat ourselves, okay? So if you would, if you're going to speak to a case, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Thank you.
I do.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll have the city present their case first, and then the property owners can then speak to the case as well following the city. Okay. So we'll start with case number 1 on the agenda, which is CE 25-46 with Cynthia Thomas as the owner. Is this for you,
This
Mr.
mine.
Silva? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, on February 20th of 2025, I observed the property located at 157 Northeast Bradley Terrace had carport and roof damage. Under the carport, there's an unlicensed vehicle. I took photos and placed it in the case file. It appeared that an object fell on the carport that ripped the electrical wires from the roof, damaging it also. On March 5th, I did prepare a notice of violation and mailed it certified to the property owner with a compliance date of March the 20th. On March 5th, the green car was returned to me as delivered. I did make contact with Ms. Thomas at one time over the phone where we extended the case to August the 4th due to her obtaining an insurance adjuster to evaluate the property. On August 29th, I re-inspected the property and there was been no change. I prepared a second notice of violation and a notice of hearing to attend the special magistrate hearing. This was mail certified and first class postage to the owner of the property. On September 9th, the green card was returned to me as delivered on September 4th and signed for by a Christina Marquez. On September 22nd, I posted the property in City Hall with an affidavit of posting and a notice of hearing. Today, I took photos of the violation where there has been no change to it, and the violations are International Property Maintenance Code 302.8, motor vehicles, International Property Maintenance Code 302.7 of accessory structures, and International Property Maintenance Code 304.7 roofs and drainage. What the city is looking for is to give the property owner 30 days to prepare or repair the roof and the carport. After the 31st day comes around, we're asking a $50 a day fine be posted as a lien on the property. Miss Thomas did send me an email, I believe it was yesterday or day before, that she had a contractor that was going to come look at the carport and repair it within the next 2 weeks.
Mr. Silva, there is a wedge violation related to the vehicle. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And so what are you?
It would be this vehicle
And
that has to be either tagged or removed from the property.
Okay, so is the city seeking that vehicle to be removed as well?
Yes, unless she gets it licensed.
Anything further, Mr. Silva?
No, ma'am, that's it.
Okay, Cindy, are you Cindy Thomas, the owner of the property?
I am.
Okay, Ms. Thomas, the floor is yours.
I'm in California. My aunt lives on the property, so I don't get any of the notices unless she sends them to me. So I typically have a bit of a delay. So when I finally received this notice, we've been going back and forth with contractors and different stuff, and obviously trying to coordinate everything and find a contractor from Southern California in Florida hasn't been easy. So I shared all of that with Mr. Sova, and he has been very patient with us, and he's been very kind. Thank you for that. But we finally were able to sign a contract with the contractor back in June, and now we're just going back and forth with the insurance to try to get them to release some money to us to start the process. But unfortunately, we haven't been very successful. So we wired a deposit to the contractor last Thursday or Friday, I believe. And I spoke to him yesterday, and he said that we are next up in his work schedule, and he should be starting the project in the next 10 days, given that there isn't too much rain. I guess you guys are going to get a lot of rain in the next 10 days.
And do you know how long it will take the contractor to complete the project?
Yeah, he said it would take about 4 to 7 business days.
And what about the unlicensed vehicle? Do you have a plan to address that as well?
No, I'll have to talk to my aunt, who's a tenant there, and see whose vehicle that is, and I'll have her remove it. So when you say it's not licensed, it's not registered?
It has no tag on the vehicle.
It has no tag on the vehicle.
With the pictures.
That's correct.
So, Ms. Thomas, it sounds like you'll be able to bring the property into compliance within 30 days of the date that I issued the order, which will be Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we showed, we emailed our contractor the notice, so he knows what the scope of work is, and we were just waiting for this hearing to see how much time we have to fix it. So I'll let him know that we have about 30 days.
Okay. So if the property is not brought into compliance within 30 days, the city has requested a $50 fine to accrue on the property.
Okay.
So I wanted you to know that. So it needs to be completed within 30 days if that's what I order.
Okay, so what if the contractor doesn't work? Does that cut into my 30 days?
Yes.
It does. Okay, so rain or shine, I have 30 days. Got it.
Perhaps it makes sense to give her 60 days just in case there's issues with the contractor.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Ms. Thomas,
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So what does either party have anything else?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay.
No, ma'am, I don't either. Thank you.
Okay, so I will grant the relief sought by the city, which is that the property owner needs to address the violations in terms of repairing the roof and carport and either licensing or removing the unlicensed vehicle from the property. And that'll be within 60 days of the date that I issue the order, which again will be on Tuesday. And then if the property is not brought into compliance within that time frame, a $50 fine will begin to accrue on the property.
Ms. Marchman,
Yes.
I forgot to add in here about the mailing cost. We're looking for the reimbursement of $20.82.
I will grant the city's request for mailing costs of $20.82 as well. Okay. Any questions, Ms. Thompson?
Yeah, can I just request that they change the mailing address to my California address and not 157 Bradley, Northeast Bradley?
The for purposes of when we send you the order, or for what purpose?
Well, just for example, when we got the notice of violation, she had it for about a week and a half before she told me about it. So I don't always get the mail. She doesn't always mail it to me right away. And if they're mailing it to the property, then I don't know until the tenant sends it to me.
Ms. Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you could do is you can get in touch with the Columbia County property appraisers, and
Okay.
they can put your California address on the property. But
Great.
it would still list the address of 157 Northeast Bradley Terrace.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure that things are being mailed to me to California so that I receive them and not my aunt. She's not very good with giving me information.
Yeah, if you change it with the property appraiser, you can add the California mailing address.
Great, thank you.
And then if you would let me know what that address is, and I'll mail the order to you directly.
Great. It's 1129 Pine Street, Los Alamitos, California, 90720.
1129 Pine Street, Los Alamitos, California. And what was the zip code again? Ms. Thomas, what was the zip code for the California address?
90720.
Thank you. Okay, well, that concludes that case. Ms. Thomas, you are free to go, or you can continue to observe the hearing if you'd like.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, so the next case we'll call up out of order on the agenda, case number 3, which is case number 25-106, involving property located at 334 Southwest Commerce Drive, Lake City, Florida, 32055. Is this Mr. Sova? Mr. White. Okay, go ahead, Mr. White.
The property, in this case, the property at 334 Southwest Commerce. We went by, there was observed multiple violations on the property, accumulation of vehicles, boats, trailers, storage container, pop-up camper, things that are not permitted by the ordinance in that area. The outdoor signs for the property were severely damaged and broken and needed to be replaced and repaired. And on May 5th, 2025, notice of violation was prepared and sent USPS certified mail as well as regular mail with a permit required date of 6/5/25 for any signage that would be replaced. Those were sent out on May 27th, 2025. The certified notice of violation was returned unclaimed. On 5/28, it was resent to the certified mail to the address. That one was signed. Then on May 30th, 2025, Mr. Camacho came into growth management to discuss the violations on the property, spoke of upkeep on the property and some other occurrences on the property that were causing some distress for him and the upkeep. But it's still, as a property owner, his responsibility to keep it secure and safe. Made some recommendations for how to maybe do that, but that the violations needed to be addressed and corrected in that time frame. On 6/16, it was communicated that the boats were removed from the property, but the other violations were still unchanged. A second notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent with giving some more time for correction. July 22nd, 2025 was the compliance date. Mr. Camacho contacted and asked for an extension because he was working on it. He had some health concerns that were slowing him down. He was given an extension to make the correction. Some things have been taken care of, but many of the violations remained. On August 7th, the compliance was not complete, but the boats were removed. Many other items still were on the property. On 9/3, we observed that there was still a violation. The signs hadn't been repaired. We spoke with Mr. Camacho at the property and discussed how he would address those. The magistrate hearing had already been set, so that he would have to come to the magistrate hearing. We posted the property on 9/22 with the notice, with the affidavit and the notice of hearing, as well as at City Hall. And on 10/2 today, we went to the property and took pictures as you have them in your possession for today's hearing.
What remedy is the city seeking?
The city is seeking to give Mr. Camacho an additional 60 days to correct the rest of the violations on the property. On the 61st day, a $50 a day fine would be assessed for the lack of correction, and $20.88 for mailings.
Sorry, what was the mailing cost?
$20.88.
Mr. White, one of the alleged violations is of IPMC 302.8, which is the motor vehicle provision in terms of having an unlicensed or inoperable motor vehicle on the property.
That was removed.
Oh, you've removed that violation.
He had corrected that. That was one of the things that was corrected.
So the violations would only be at this time 302.1 sanitation, 302.4 weeds,
And the signage.
and the signage.
Yeah.
Is there, it looks like the grass has been mowed, but it looks like there's still weeds in places that are over 12 inches.
Correct, up by the building. And
Yeah, okay.
and again, Mr. Camacho has been working on getting the property in line.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. White?
No, that's it.
Okay. Mr. Camacho, the floor is yours. Yeah. You're. Okay. You're, Herman, is that what you said?
Yes,
I see that the property owner is listed as D. Freitas, Kalinka.
yes, they are my daughters,
Okay.
Gabriela and Kalinka.
Okay.
That was in 2021 when I got COVID. I was in the hospital, and they say the doctor that I need a lung transplant because of the COVID. I have also, my son was in the hospital, but he passed away. He couldn't support. And I thought that I was going to pass away also, and decided to transfer the investment to the name of my daughter. They are both married right now. They don't live here. They live one in Sanford, Florida, and the another one right now is living in Panama City, Florida.
Okay.
Well, about the problem, I don't know if I have time to explain to you, but I want to give you my reason why this restaurant has been for 8 years closed, shut down. First of all, I am not one more Latin American or Latin that come to United States. I am very special because I come from a very hardworking family. In 1982, I finished my school in Bolivia, and my father started asking where I wanted to go to study. And one of my classmates was, his aunt was the wife of the sheriff in Mobile, Alabama, and he had the contact to go to study in Mobile, Alabama. And I heard that, and I knew the United States was the best. And I asked him the address, and I came through him. I got my student visa from Bolivia. I went to Mobile, Alabama to study, 1982. I was over there for until 1987, finished. I got a bachelor degrees in science, in concentration in finance, and computer science. I went back to Bolivia because I never came with the idea to stay in the United States. I came only to get knowledge. I am very grateful because this country gave me all I needed. I went back to my country. As soon as I get back over there, a lot of people want me to work over there because I have, something that we didn't have in Bolivia. In that time in Bolivia, nobody had computer. I took computer over there. It was a very big moment for my life. But I was until 2010. And I had my first male kid in 2010. But for some reason, he got an infection, and he had to go to the hospital, and the doctor couldn't treat him correctly, and his brain was damaged. But immediately, I went to the United States Embassy in Bolivia, and I got the visa for him with 3 months old, and for her mother, and I sent them to United States. I couldn't come that time with them because I was very busy because my father passed away 2005, and I was trying to fix all his problem. But I sent her. He came to Miami, and the doctor said, there is nothing we can do for the moment. Maybe your son won't live more than 2 years, he said. But and then he went back to Bolivia. We were working over there with therapy for him, everything, But it was 2013, 3-year-old, my kid. And then I say, I have to do something for him. I have already set up all the business, taking care, and decided to come with my son to United States. I came to United States, and after 3 months being in the hotel, renting car, all that, because I just came for 3 months. But finally, the doctor said to me, sorry, there is nothing we can do with your son. The only thing you can do for your son is just give him quality of life. I say, okay, because in my country, all the kids, when they have some problem, they have to be hidden in their house. You cannot take it to the school because the school doesn't have the way you treat for a handicapped kid. Okay. Normally, they will be fighting, laughing, playing with him, a lot of, we don't have education for handicapped people over there. Then, therefore, I was very happy when he got registered for the school. He was going to the school and he was very happy. You can see in his face because he was blind. Besides, the problem this was blind, he couldn't see and he couldn't talk and he couldn't move. He was all the time in a wheelchair. But I decided to stay with him. And then I immediately started sending letters over there, I sold one of my business. I got some money. I do a research in Miami. I wanted to invest in Miami, but there was a bubble of business. All the pieces of property are very expensive over there. I couldn't do any investment over there. And then I decided to come this place because I have been in the real estate business in Bolivia. And I know this area because I used to pass all the time to Mobile, Alabama. I used to pass to fill my tank of gas here in Lake City. And then I saw it's a very strategic place here for business, especially for the world, for Latin America, for Africa here, because we have a port 50 miles from here, Jackson. Therefore, it's a better service from here. You can get better price for storage from here. And then I decided to invest, but I couldn't come and invest without knowing everything about the place. I decided to invest in the restaurant. Even that was not my business restaurant, but I found one person in Miami that was very interested, and he wanted to put the restaurant here, especially over there. And he came to me and said, look, I am able to close the business, but are you sure you want to work? You're going to pay me rent? He said, yes, I'm sure. And then I bought the building. And I bought the 12th of this October of 2017. I bought it. And he immediately, went to FPL and he paid the deposit, $2,500, and the first thing, he got the electricity. I was very happy to see with lights. After 2 years, it was 1 year. After 1 year, it was shut down. And then he tried to get water from the city. And the city, his company was Romanza, LLC. And in that moment, started the problem with Lake City. He tried to get water, and the city said, no, you have to pay the invoice from the last owner. But it's a different company. If you want to charge it, you can put a deed into the business, into the building, into the piece of land, but not to stop the service. And he didn't want to pay for the water somebody that owed to the city. It was about $3,000. I went to talk with the realtor. I say, look, we have this problem with the water. But Herman, I cannot do anything. Even in the contract was that the seller was supposed to give the building everything paid, all the bills. Well, finally, after 1 month waiting to resolve this problem, the guy, the company Romanza, he had to go back to Miami because, everybody here, what I learned in the United States, you have to work here to be able to survive it. You don't work, you don't eat. It's very clear that.
Mr. Camacho, I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't have any ability to address some of the things that, like, for instance, the water issue. The only thing that I can address is the current state of the property and the violations that the city's alleged. And so, I'll show you these pictures. I mean, this is what they say the property looks like today.
Well,
And you have an obligation as a property owner to bring the property into compliance, so clean it up and repair the sign. Are you able to do that within 60 days as requested by the city?
yes, I can do that, but I want you to know something. We can talk about every picture, okay? We can talk. You show me right now from the one of the sign, okay? About last year, I applied to get my permit from the city to put a auction business. Mr. Marshall, his witness, he gave me the permit, okay? But 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I went back to the Lake City because they start the 1st October, the permit. I went to get my new permit because I have already all the banners to put the sign, everything. And what he said, you cannot have the permit because you don't have water. But that was not the problem. Yesterday, I was talking with Mr. Thomas and Mr. Wilson and say, I cannot have the auction over there. After I have been working for 1 year, paperwork, trying to find the right manager, even I personally have to draw code for the web system, okay? Because the idea is to work not presential, like a normal auction. We are planning to do auction of the country for customer in Africa, customer in South America, okay? And then he said, and I'm very respectful about the law in the United States. I didn't come here to break any law. I come here to accomplish everything, but I need the tools. If you don't provide me the tools to work, I cannot open it. That business is shut down. It's not because I want to be shut down, because I don't get all the things. Like I was telling you, the first day I didn't have water. I cannot work without water. But the problem with water has been resolved. Now the sign, yesterday, they say I cannot have the auction. I told Mr. Thomas, okay, no problem. But you have to tell me, because after 1 year, you don't tell me that now that I cannot have the auction. It's very difficult for me to create a business, another business, and go and put another banner. That I had 6 banners. And that costs money, costs somebody to do the design, all that. Now I cannot use it. I say, no problem. I cannot, because the neighbor, they don't like it to have an auction over there. I agreed. Okay, then I need to put something else. And then he said, what else can I do? I say, because I am not a person that I only know how to do coding. I know about finance. And then I asked him if I could put a car dealership. And he said he was going to think about it. And then he just before he started this meeting, he said to me, Herman, you can put the car dealership instead of the auction. I say, okay, thank you. I will work on that, and then I can get a sign for the car dealership. That's my problem, man.
Did I understand that you tried to get a permit to fix the sign and the permit was denied?
No. First, I need to get the permit for the business, because these signs already have the permit. He used to have a permit, but now we have to change only the name.
Okay.
Therefore, the sign, I'm not very sure it's going to take me now, since he approved for a car dealership, it's going to take me 60 days.
It would seem, Mr. White, if Mr. Camacho isn't sure what business will be operating at the property, that he could at least just repair the sign in the sense of taking off the damaged parts and just leave it. Couldn't he just leave it without the business name?
It could have blanks on it. It doesn't have to have specific of what he is opening currently. It can be a blank canvas for when he's ready to.
Yes, but the cost to put a blank sign is going to be the same with the name. It's very expensive because we need to talk with insurance because have to be qualified people to get because it's very high. It's very high to get over it. Not any. Yeah, I cannot go over after. I have to hire a special company with special equipment to put the sign. We are talking about 50-yard high. It's very high. And I am just talking for the sign. I can talk with you for all the picture he sent it. I have a reason answer for that.
It sounds like though you've said that you're able to address the sign and the weeds and the other debris on the property within 60 days.
Yes, if the people from the city help me, help me to give me the permit for the car dealership, I can go and hire someone to go and do the sign and put the sign.
So what Mr. White is saying is that you don't have to have the business and the business name ready within the 60 days. It's just a matter of taking down the damaged part and you can just have a blank sign, until you're ready to determine what your business is going to be.
No, the business, since he's a car dealership, is going to be a car dealership. I just only need from the city approve to get the permit for me to work in that business. It's very simple, He just have to give me the permit.
Okay. And how long does it take to get a business permit?
Well, he's got to get all this straightened out before we can issue a business license to operate a business there.
What do I need?
So you're not going to be able, Mr. Silva saying you're not going to be able to get a business license until these violations are addressed.
But what violation? I am trying to resolve all the violation. About the sign you are talking about? Or what else?
Well, the weeds, whatever.
The weed is already fixed.
Mr. Camacho, if you'll come up, I'll show you these pictures
No, yes, tell me. I have all the picture here.
These are from today.
today.
okay.
Yep. So this just needs to be taken off.
Yeah, I can take it off.
Okay. And then,
That tractor also is all waiting only to load up some container to move it from over there.
so the weeds need to be removed.
That can be, yes.
This needs to be removed.
That's going to be tomorrow removal.
So what she's showing you, those are the things that have to be
This has to be
corrected. It's
removed.
not,
Okay,
you don't have to open a business. It just has to be cleaned up, yeah.
definitely. Sorry, I
Trim.
didn't understand.
No.
All that I can fix immediately.
Yeah, so it's just cleaning, getting rid of the weeds, cleaning up the property,
We're going to remove the container
okay.
to put it in different place.
clean up the weeds. I mean, that's all they're asking.
Okay.
You don't have to open the business in 60 days. And then once you clean it up, you can apply for your business permit.
I wish you can talk to them to help me to get the open the business because for me to hire a company to keep it clean the property, it cost me $500 just only to keep it with it. Okay, and my problem right now, for 8 years I don't have any income. I have been bringing money from my country, from all of my business from over there. Only I am here spending. No income. I'm not can generate job for Americans because I don't have.
Yeah, so the city says once you address the violations, you can apply for a business permit. So it's just cleaning up the property.
Okay.
And
That will be done.
and that's all I have the authority to do is to require, what I will do is I will grant the city's request, which is that you just clean up the property and the sign, within 60 days.
Okay, if that's the problem with the marshal, I don't have any problem cleaning the property. As she showed me, can you have a copy of that? Thank you, man.
Okay. And if Mr. Camacho, if the property is not cleaned up within 60 days, then a $50 fine will begin to accrue on the property. It's a daily
Okay.
fine. And I'm also going to order that you pay the city's mailing costs of $20.88 for mailing the notice.
Okay.
Anything else on this case?
That's it.
Okay. Anything else, Mr.
Please make sure they have a picture of that, and I will send a picture whenever it's clean.
You just have that with me.
Okay.
And then I
Thank-
just want to confirm that the order should be mailed to
What address?
237 Southwest Skyhawk Drive, Lake City?
Yes,
Okay.
I live there. Sorry for taking too much of your time.
No, I wanted you to be heard.
Thank you.
You've been heard, and appreciate you coming today and sharing everything that you shared. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, we will now take up case number 4 on the agenda, which is case number 25-127, the pet spot of Lake City. Who's going to testify? Okay.
All right, on May 16th, 2025, observed that the sign located at 872 Southwest Main Boulevard was damaged. Photos were taken and placed into the case file. Prepared a notice of violation and mailed it certified to the property owner with a compliance date of June the 16th. On May 20th, the green card was returned to me as delivered and signed for by a C.M. Kennan. On July 19th, the owner requested an extension. We agreed to extension of July 19th of 2025. On August 28th, I prepared a second notice of violation and a notice of hearing for the hearing scheduled for this evening. I also placed the notice of hearing on the City of Lake City website. These notice violations and notice of hearing was mailed certified and first-class postage to the owner of the property. On September 9th, the green card was returned to me as delivered and signed for by Dewey Holloway. On September 22nd, I posted the property in City Hall with a affidavit of posting and a notice of hearing. On today's date, I took photos of the violation for the hearing for this evening. What the city is requesting is 30 days to repair the sign. Come the 31st day, if the sign's not repaired, $50 a day fine to start to accrue. And we're requesting the postage be reimbursed for $20.82. And I forgot to add the violation was International Property Maintenance Code 102.2 maintenance.
So I have a question about that, Mr. Suva. Because that section requires equipment, systems, devices, and safeguards required by the code or previous regulation or code under the structure or premises was constructed, altered, or repaired shall be maintained in good working order. An owner's authorized agent, operator, or occupant shall not cause any service, facility, equipment, or utility that is required under this section to be removed from or shut off from any occupied dwelling except for temporary interruptions. How does this owner, without having, I mean, it looks like it's just doesn't have a sign, in the rectangle. How is that a violation of this section?
Well, it's basically, it says maintenance of buildings, structures, and premises. So that would encase the whole property.
But it's for maintenance of equipment, systems, and devices and safeguards required by the code. I mean, the sign's not required by the code. In reading this, it appears, for instance, the prior property owner was talking about having water connected to the property, which is probably required, right, under the code.
Yes, that's correct.
And then, so if you had a situation where the owner wasn't maintaining that connection, I mean, I can see how that would apply, but I just don't see how it applies to a sign. It seems like the prior case reference city ordinance section 78-1 related to signage. That perhaps that section would be applicable here.
The way I interpret it, the maintenance, that covers the whole structure, the whole premises of the property.
Hold on one second, sorry. I'm just
Yeah, you're fine.
trying to read this. Okay. Sir, what is your name?
Dewey Holloway.
And how is it D-E-W-E-Y?
EY.
Holloway. H-O.
HOLLOWAY.
And what is your relationship to the Pet Spot of Lake City, Inc.?
My mother and I own it.
Okay. But you have the floor.
We are currently in the process of getting the sign fixed. I was hoping it would be done last week, but after talking to Tim from the sign company in Gainesville, apparently while he was waiting, he had already had the sign prepared when I made the deposit, and he was waiting for me to get him the rest of the money, and I guess one of the panels got damaged. So he's having to redo one of the panels, and then he'll be able to install the sign, and it'll be corrected.
Okay. When do you expect that to be fixed?
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, just to give him a few extra days. He knew I needed it done by today, but then I guess that panel got damaged, so.
Okay. Mr. Sova, I don't think that that section applies in this situation. I think perhaps 78-1 subparagraph 6 may apply, which is the sign code. But that wasn't noticed. So we can continue this matter so that this proper code provision can be properly noticed.
That'll be fine.
or I can just deny it altogether. I don't know how you want to handle it. You want to just continue it? I mean, it sounds like
Let's
Mr.
just-
Holloway is going to address the issue.
Let's continue it, and if I need to put it on the next hearing, we can do that.
Okay. All right. So, do you understand what's going on? So,
I'm gonna fix it. So whatever. Either way, it needs to be fixed.
I
So,
just think the wrong part of the code.
Yes,
was
ma'am, that's
cited,
fine.
So, if it just
Yep.
technically you weren't.
so I
noticed
can
of
blame him for it.
the right code
So
section.
it's all his fault.
It's my opinion. We sometimes have a difference of opinions, but we can continue it so that that the proper section can be noticed. But what Mr. Silva is saying, that is, if you address it, then you don't have to come back.
Yes,
here.
ma'am. Nope,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, so that's what I will do. I will just continue this matter because the proper code section.
Then I just contact him when it's completed, or
Yeah, just give me a call.
And do you need an order on that?
No.
Okay. You're all set.
all right. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dewey.
Do you need me to pay the? How do I pay that 20?
Don't,
You sure? Okay.
yeah, 'cause there's no order.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we have anybody online that is present to testify?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So we will go back to case number 2 with Mr. Johnston. Whose case is this?
This is me.
Okay.
Everything else is for me.
Everything else is you.
All the rest.
Okay. Mr. White, Mr. Johnston's not present, and one of my questions was about the notice, because it appears that the property records give the mailing address of 419 Southwest Lakeview Avenue, Lake City, Florida. But then I saw that the certified mail went to 756 Southwest Itchnatuckney Avenue.
That's where he moved. He's moved. He's not at the
Okay.
website just yet.
Did he sign receipt of that, or of the certified mailing?
Yes. 2 of them.
All right. Have you been in touch with Mr. Johnston, or do you know why he's not present?
I talked to him yesterday. He came by the office. He said his wife is ill, so he yesterday said he may not be able to attend. And then he messaged me earlier in the hearing that he wasn't going to be able to Zoom or be here.
Okay. So it appears that proper notice was given. He just was not able to be here tonight. Let me see which one. This is the house.
Yes.
Okay.
The house has caught fire twice. And Mr. Johnson has not been repairing or demolishing it.
Okay. I was not able to glean that from these photos.
The if you look at that first one there, so that whole back section of the house is burned off.
I see.
The front, yeah, you can see here. There's the windows are
Broken
not,
out.
yeah,
I see.
and like even below all of that's an hour.
Okay.
So when Mr. Johnson came by yesterday, he picked up a permit application to be able to make the determination of which direction. He's a general contractor himself.
Okay. And what did he indicate he plans to do with this property?
His statement was that he wanted to remodel it or repair it.
Has he applied for a
He,
permit?
he picked up the application yesterday. He said he was not able to get back to the office in time to turn it in today.
Did he indicate how much time he needs to repair it?
He did not, but standard permit, if you get the inspections that you're supposed to during the process, it's 180 days. And then after your inspection, it is an additional 180 days as your inspections occur.
So 180 days to do the work
Yes.
or to get the permits?
Well, he has to get the permits within 30 days, which he's already started that process yesterday.
Okay, so what is it that you're seeking?
So the city's looking to have either direction he wants to go within 90 days. A demo permit is 90 days. If he wants to rebuild it, it's 180 days. If he hasn't started either one of those, on the 91st day, if he's going to demo it and he hasn't, it's $50 a day from the date of the order, if that's the direction, or if he's going to remodel it or rebuild it on the 181st day. If he hasn't done the process, then the $50 a day would begin. That may have sounded more confusing as it came out than what it did when I wrote it down. So 30 days to get either permit, a demo permit or
Okay.
a permit to rebuild it.
Okay, so the city is seeking within 30 days for the owner to obtain a permit to repair or rebuild or demo.
Correct.
And then the owner would have
90 days to demo it if that's the permit.
after the 30 days lapses.
After, yes.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. That's after he acquires the permit.
Okay. 90 days to demo after he obtains the permit, from the date of the permit.
Correct.
Or 180 days to rebuild after he obtains that permit.
Correct.
And then a $50 daily fine accrues on the 91st or 181st day, whichever is applicable. And then is there a mailing cost?
$20.88.
$20.88 in mailing costs. Okay. Anything else on this one?
No, ma'am, that's it.
Okay, so I will grant the city's request. For the owner to obtain a permit within 30 days to rebuild or demo. And then either 90 days to demo from the date of the permit is issued or 180 days to rebuild after the permit is issued. In either case, whatever is applicable, $50 daily fine if it's not completed within that time frame. 2088 in mailing costs.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything more on that one?
No, that's it.
Okay. So then we will move to case number 5 and 6, which I think we can take up together.
Yeah, this is the same.
Are these
Across from each other property.
okay? It looks like they've cleaned it up.
Correct. But it's a repeat violator. They don't clean it up until after they receive violation, so it's not even been 6 months since the last notice of violation that they corrected.
Do I have the prior violations? I don't think I saw those in the packet.
No. I did not include those.
Because I can't find a repeat violation without the prior order.
That's fine. We'll, I'm sure I'll see them again.
Let's see, was this, do you know when the prior violation occurred?
Yes.
Or when I issued the order?
No, it wasn't there wasn't an order on that one.
Okay. Just a notice of violation?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to find a repeat violation and the property is currently in compliance. What I would recommend if this occurs again, just bring with you to the hearing or provide with me in the packet,
Both.
the prior
Okay.
photos so that I can make that finding.
My apologies. I didn't.
Yeah, no problem. Do you, do you need me to issue orders in these 2 cases, or what would you like me to do in light of what we just discussed?
Orders won't really be necessary.
Okay. Okay. I will not issue an order in those 2 cases. Anything else for the good of the order? Okay. Well, we will go ahead and adjourn the hearing. 6:36. Thank you.
Thank you.